We've got huge breaking news today, so buckle up. President Trump has officially signed a new executive order, and the White House just confirmed something millions of Americans have been waiting anxiously to hear. Are the $2,000 checks actually happening? I'm going to break down the real facts, exactly as they are. I went through hours of official statements, watched the full signing event, and reviewed every detail from Trump's Truth Social updates, so you don't have to. I'll explain what this means for your wallet, who could qualify, and when you might realistically see this money. Before we go any further, tap that like button. It helps this video reach more people who need these updates. And make sure you're subscribed with notifications on because things are moving fast. All right, let's get into it. Here's the current situation. On Wednesday, the White House confirmed that President Trump is pushing ahead with his plan to send out $2,000 payments funded entirely by tariff revenue. This is no longer speculation or rumor. Trump personally repeated these promises over the weekend, and he laid it all out again on Truth Social. Let me share exactly what he said. We're going to issue a dividend to our middle-income people and lower-income people, about $2,000, and use the remaining tariffs to lower our debt. Now, I know many of you are thinking, we've heard big promises before. But this time, the details actually came from Trump himself. In his post, Trump argued that critics of tariffs are missing the bigger picture. He said that as tariff revenue increases, the administration plans to send at least $2,000 per person, excluding high-income households. That's an important detail. He emphasized that whatever money is left after these payments will go toward reducing the national debt. His focus is clearly on lower and middle-income U.S. citizens. And that tells us three major things right away. Only U.S. citizens qualify. Only low and middle-income earners are included. And higher-income earners are fully excluded. So not everyone will receive this payment. Let's break down eligibility based on what we know so far. Income limits. The key phrase Trump used was low and middle income. He didn't give exact numbers, but there is a reference point. When Senator Josh Hawley proposed a $600 tariff dividend bill, which Trump supported, the income cap was set at $100,000 or less. Using that as guidance, it's likely similar here. If you make $100,000 or under, you're probably in. Earn more than that, you're likely out. Citizenship requirement. Trump was very clear. These payments are for U.S. citizens only. If you're a permanent resident or visa holder, the current wording suggests you're not included. Target groups, working families dealing with rising costs, single parents stretched thin, veterans living on fixed benefits, seniors on Social Security, and disabled Americans on SSDI. These are the people this payment is meant to support. Excluded groups, high-income earners well above six figures. Trump stated this directly. Now let's clear up the confusion surrounding the executive order Trump signed. You may have seen headlines flying around, but here's the truth. President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump signed an executive order in a rare joint ceremony on Thursday. But that order had absolutely nothing to do with the $2,000 payments. It focused on supporting teenagers aging out of foster care. Melania spoke emotionally about the risks these young people face, including homelessness and unsafe living conditions. She said, "I believe this small spark today will ignite a powerful, long-lasting national movement. It was an important moment, but unrelated to stimulus checks. Don't mix the two." Now let's talk about the funding source. The entire concept of this tariff dividend depends on revenue from tariffs. The administration has placed tariffs on numerous countries and a wide range of imported goods, from steel and auto parts to pharmaceuticals. Officials say these tariffs are generating massive revenue. The idea is to redirect a portion of this money directly to Americans, similar to how Alaska distributes a yearly oil dividend. Trump presented this as a way to help struggling Americans while putting leftover funds toward reducing the nation's $37 trillion debt. He also pointed to record stock market highs and strong 401ks as proof that his economic strategy is working. Now, the question everyone wants answered: when will this money arrive? I'm going to be fully transparent. Even though Trump has pledged these payments and the White House has acknowledged the plan, there is no official timeline yet. There's no confirmed week or month when checks will go out. What we do know is this: Trump said the payments are coming, and his team indicates they're actively working on it. But to make this happen, some form of legislation or legal framework must be put in place. The earlier Hawley proposal required Congress to pass a bill. So we're likely looking at new legislation or an executive mechanism that meets legal requirements. If everything moves fast, we could see updates within weeks to a couple of months. But until a real biller system is announced, we're still in the promise stage, not the payment stage. Here's what this could mean for different groups. Working families under $100,000 could use the $2,000 for groceries, overdue bills, or breathing room. Families of 4 would feel significant relief. Seniors on Social Security could put the money toward medical bills, prescription costs, or essentials that fixed income often doesn't cover. Veterans, many living on modest disability or retirement benefits, would see meaningful support. Single parents earning under $100,000 could cover childcare, school expenses, or household needs. Disabled Americans on SSDI could get relief from months of financial strain. Now, let me give you a reality check. While Trump is pushing hard for this and the White House has publicly backed it, we still need to see official action. A promise is one thing. Actual legislation is something else. For this money to hit your bank account or mailbox, Congress must approve a bill, or the administration must create a legal distribution system. There are logistics, funding questions, and eligibility systems that all need to be finalized. These things take time and often evolve. That said, Trump putting this out publicly and the White House affirming it adds significant pressure on lawmakers. Once something is promised this loudly, it becomes harder for officials to walk it back. So here's what you can do right now while we wait. Stay updated. Make sure notifications are on. As soon as anything changes, legislation, dates, payment processes, I'll break it all down here. Check where you stand. Do you earn $100,000 or less? Are you a U.S. citizen? If yes, you're likely within the qualifying range. Don't budget around this money yet. I know it's tempting to think, okay, $2,000 is on the way. But until it's approved and scheduled, treat it as possible, not guaranteed. Use available help now. Programs like SNAP, LIHEAP, and state relief programs are active today. I have videos on these options linked below. Update your information. If you moved, make sure the IRS has your current address. If payments go out, they'll likely use IRS records, just like past stimulus rounds. Let's put this into perspective with previous stimulus checks. During COVID, we had 3 major payments: $1,200 in April 2020, $600 in December 2020, and $1,400 in March 2021. Those also had income caps and phased out for higher earners. A $2,000 tariff dividend would actually be the largest one-time payment Americans have received, but those COVID checks were emergency measures passed quickly. This is structured differently, with political and legal steps that take time. Here's the bottom line. Trump has made a public commitment to send $2,000 payments to low and middle-income Americans. The White House says the plan is moving forward, and Trump himself released specific details on Truth Social. Is it guaranteed? No, not until Congress or the administration makes it official. Is momentum building? Absolutely. When will it happen? That's the one thing we don't know. But this is the clearest and strongest version of the plan we've seen so far. I know many of you are struggling, bills piling up, high prices, and real financial pressure. You need help now, not later. I wish I could give you an exact date, but what I can do is keep giving you clear, honest updates. Stay alert. Don't fall for scams asking you to register. There is no registration. And keep using the assistance programs that exist right now. If this video helped you understand the real situation with the $2,000 payments, hit that like button and share this with someone who needs accurate information. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any updates. Check out the other videos I've linked below for help you can access today. We're in this together, and I'll continue bringing you information you can trust.